Tea is the second most popular drink in the world, beaten only by water. Ooh, fresh water. Instead of boiling it to make it safe, let's just drink it here and get sick. Slurp, slurp, slurp. There are 7 different types of tea and 1 type that is not. Every tea is made from Camellia sinensis, and everything is not simply is not tea. Now let's not beat around the bush. What I'm talking about is herbal tea. Herbal tea is not tea, but that doesn't mean it's bad. Herbal tea is great. It just simply isn't tea and requires different brewing than you'll have for, well, normal tea. And that's a whole different thing to get into. But for now, we will stick to Camellia sinensis tea. And there are 7 types for us to dig into. There is oolong, green tea, black tea, sometimes called red tea, white tea, yellow tea, purple black tea, pu'er tea, which is split up into 2 different ones, sheng, and shu, which I guess that makes it 8 different types of teas. Purple black tea is a separate thing, but you get the point. There's lots of different types of tea, and they're all made from the same plant. It's all just about when they process it, when they pick it, if they shade it. There are so many factors we'll not be able to get into today, as today we are doing an introduction, and let's start with green tea. Green tea is simply tea that has not gone through the withering and oxidation processes. There are many types of green tea, but here are some examples of some you may or may not have heard of. Gunpowder, Longjing, Dragonwell, and of course, matcha is simply made from green tea. It's a big whole process. They grind it up, but matcha is green tea. Black tea, on the other hand, is fully oxidized, giving it a more malty, smoky, earthy, nutty, citrus flavor. Lots of different flavors. There are many types of black tea, but some of the more common ones you may have heard of are Darjeeling, Assam, and Ceylon. Black tea is likely the most popular type and is often used in tea blends, for whatever that is worth, but there are many other different types of teas out there. Between black teas and green teas, we have a very popular type of tea called oolongs. Now this combines the green tea factor and a black tea factor to get something truly special. There's a lot more expensive processing required here. You'll generally get between 2 different flavor profiles, either a more green oolong or a darker oolong, depending on how they decide to process it. In the oolong tea family, there is a lot to explore though, as it is most likely the most popular among the higher end tea community. So you'll find lots of different oolongs to explore, and if you ask online, you will often get suggested some oolongs. Now, purple tea is most similar to black tea usually. It is at least originally from the Yunnan province in China, and will have this little bit of purple on the leaves. From my experience, I've had some amazing teas for that. There's a purple black tea that is my favorite. It has a bit of a citrusy note, although a lot of that is just tasting the land itself, which is a topic that we'll go into in a future video. White tea is most similar to green tea and is picked very early on and gets some sweet honey notes. Very good. Can be pretty expensive, but hey, try it out. Maybe you'll like it. Yellow tea is another tea that's similar to green tea, but for this tea, it is encased and steamed. This additional step removes the characteristic grassy smell you'll get with green tea and allows for the tea to oxidize at a slower rate and produce a lovely mellow taste and the defining yellow color. And finally, we have perhaps the most complex tea. It is split into 2 different teas. It is called pu'er tea and is split into sheng and shu. For sheng, it is pretty much just like green tea, but different. If you ever see those like circular round tea cakes, that's almost guaranteed to be pu'er tea. Now, shu tea, it can taste a little funky. Both these teas can be, aged for quite a while. It's almost like wine. But with shu, I often find that you can get stuff, it's like, ooh, it's woody. It tastes like you're drinking some wood or other very funky taste. It's an acquired taste for sure. Compared to black tea, which a good black tea, anyone can pick up a drink. Know what you're getting into with pu'er tea. Or sheng, it's again basically green tea, but fancier, I would say. And that pretty much sums up the 7 different types of tea, or 8. It really depends on how you count it. And again, herbal tea was one we mentioned earlier. It is not tea, and because of that, herbal tea is brewed completely different, and we'll have a dedicated video on it eventually. But just be mindful, it is not tea because it's not made from Camellia sinensis, but that's not a bad thing. And all of these teas can be put into like a tea blend. You also can get mushroom teas, which would be an herbal tea, but really the world is your oyster, so to speak. Go try some delicious teas out, and I will do my best with these series of videos to be your guidebook on joining the world of tea. This is just the first of many videos that will teach you all about the world of tea, and I want to give you an introduction. Well, I hope you enjoyed that video. I will be doing more like this in the future to go more depth in tea. Until then, I also do tea streams. Go check it out. I also do game streams if you want to watch me play some video games. Otherwise, it's been long enough. You can also check out the next tea video, depending on when you watch this. Until next time, have a great rest of your day, and get subscribed so you don't miss the next one.